Everybody's going home tomorrow. That's the last bit of company you've got.
That's right.
For this holidays. That means you have no more excuses for high carb desserts.
That's right.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to purge my kitchen. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, that sugar right there does not look like you're purging it today.
No, I'm not. I am making this full high test.
But gluten-free?
It will be gluten-free, yes. Corey is not sugar-free, but he is gluten-free. And, yeah, tomorrow will be his last day with us. He's been with us for 8 days. Well, it will be 8 days. He lives in Dallas, Texas. He's a firefighter there. And it has been wonderful, wonderful having him here with us. Oh, my goodness. All right, I have put 2 egg yolks, and I'm putting 2 whole eggs in this bowl right here. Now,
can I tell them what you're cooking?
Sure.
She is cooking the very best banana pudding that you can cook. And it happens to be gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
But let me tell you something. If you're gluten-free and you can eat the calories or the carbs, you don't have to back up one bit from this banana pudding for your whole family or your guests or yourself, either one.
A lot of people, oh, I'm sorry.
It is high test. I mean, it's got full sugar.
But a lot of people like Corey, they have like celiac disease or they can't have gluten, but they're not sugar-free. So I try to do gluten-free. I try to do gluten-free low carb. I do some keto. Roy and I are not keto. We watch our glycemic index. That's pretty much
the glycemic load.
Low glycemic index. That's pretty much how we like to eat. But when my family's here, then I cook for them. So I have got. Oh, I'm making a banana pudding. You said that, didn't you, baby?
I think so. I said it was the best in the world,
yes,
and it
yes,
is.
Yes.
It is.
All right, I have got 2 egg yolks, 2 whole eggs. And you want to beat that up really well because your egg whites, you want to beat into your yolks really well. All right, I've got 1 cup of sugar. Now, if you want to make this low sugar or low carb, I've got 1 cup of stevia here. Now it's mixed with erythritol. I just put it out as an alternative. I'm not going to use it, but I wanted to show you what you could do as an alternative to what I'm doing if you want to make it low carb.
And it's still going to be good.
And yeah, I've made it with stevia before. You can make it with allulose, but I have to be careful with allulose. It hurts my stomach, so I have to be very careful with it. Now I'm just going to put a dash of salt. That was just a little dash. All right. I am going to add, this is 12 ounces of evaporated milk. Now, I have whole whipping cream out. You can mix half water, half whipping cream, and you won't have the carbs that's in this evaporated milk. So that's just another alternative, another way that you can make it lower carb. Okay? Now, I'm going to do mine in the microwave. You can do it on the stove if you prefer, but if I do it in the microwave, I don't have to worry about it scorching. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to add my vanilla until my custard cooks and gets thick. Then I'll add my vanilla. All right. I've got cornstarch here. I'm going to add, this is about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm going to add that in. Whip it up real good. Never add cornstarch into a hot liquid. It will knot up every time. All right. The alternative to that is xanthan gum or arrowroot powder. I've never used the arrowroot powder. I've got some down there. Now, you have to be...
That's for thickening.
This is for thickening instead of cornstarch. You have to be careful with xanthan gum. I haven't used it a whole bunch, but it said the serving size is 1/2 teaspoon. So you have to be really careful because it'll get slimy. But I'm sure those out there that use it know how to use it. I've got to do more experimenting with it. All right, that was 12 ounces, which is 1.5 cups of my evaporated milk, and I just added 1.5 cups of regular whole milk. There again, you can use half and half, or you can dilute your whipping cream with water and use all of that. This is 16 ounces, so you want 3 cups, so you just a cup and a half of this, cup and a half of water, okay? Now this is just alternatives that I was showing you because some of you are gonna ask, can I use this, can I use that? So I just want to go ahead and show you that in the video. All right. I'm gonna put this in the microwave on 4 minutes. I'll take it out, stir it. I've got some butter here. I want to go ahead and put my butter in before I cook it. All right, that's 3 tablespoons of butter right there. Now it will melt as my custard is cooking. So I'm gonna put it on 4 minutes, take it out, I'm gonna stir it up really good, and then I'm gonna do it at 1 minute increments until it gets as thick as what I want. Used to, I knew I could do it 6 minutes, but for some reason my microwave, I don't know if it's going bad, I don't know, it's not as hot as it was at one time. So I'm gonna put this in my microwave, put it on 4 minutes, and we'll be back whenever. You know what? No, we're gonna go ahead and do this. All right. I'm gonna need that in a minute. I'm gonna need that. Don't need that. All right. I told you this was gonna be gluten-free. Now I've already opened them and I've already eaten a couple. These are absolutely delicious.
Thickening? Is that what you pronounce that?
Honey, Thickening, I guess is the way you pronounce it. It has a recipe on the back for vanilla custard, and it has a recipe for banana pudding. I'm not going by that. I'm making it the way I've always made it. Now I'm gonna put all those vanilla wafers in the bottom. I've got 2 boxes here in case I need more, and I think I will. I'm not gonna cut my bananas right now, because if you cut your bananas ahead of time, they will turn dark.
They oxidize, don't they?
They oxidize and they turn dark. Yep. I'm gonna need more, and I'm not gonna put a meringue on this. I could have taken my egg whites, whipped them up, put a little powdered sugar in them, and made a meringue, but my family is not really fond of meringue. What I'll do is I will just crush a few of my vanilla wafers over the top, or you can whip your heavy cream and make whipped cream for the top, or if you like, you can make your meringue. The reason we don't like the meringue, once you put the meringue on your banana pudding, then you put it back in the oven and you cook it like 10 minutes until it gets brown. Well, it cooks those bananas, and we do not prefer. It turns them brown and it cooks them, and we don't prefer that. So I just don't do it that way. All right, we still got 1.5 minutes, so we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, y'all, you see that right there? It's just now beginning to get thick. It's not as thick as I wanted, of course, but let me tell y'all something. Check your microwave. My microwave is only cooking at like 50 I mean, not 50%, but it's only cooking like half as hot as it usually does. And I've got it on the highest setting as far as the settings go. So watch your, normally this would cook 6, maybe 7 minutes, and it's already been cooking like 7 minutes. So, but once it starts thickening, then it thickens pretty quickly. So I'm gonna do it for,
You always check it every 3 minutes though, don't you, until you get it done? Okay.
If my microwave is working correctly, I do it 3 minutes, then I stir it. Then I do it at 1 minute increments because you don't want it to get too thick.
Okay.
So I take it out every minute and stir it. Now this one, I don't know, it may take it 10 minutes. I don't know because I don't know what's going on with my microwave, and it's according to the wattage of your microwave. You know your microwave, you know how it cooks. So
Just watch it. That's a
I
big.
hope mine's not going out because I
It
use
is.
my microwave. It must be because
It must be.
Yeah, it's
The
just
magnetron.
it's just not cooking right.
But you use a microwave. Oh
I
my.
mean, good grief. I'll use it 15, 20 times a day
Yeah.
probably.
I would call it microwave abuse.
And this one is probably, what, 2 or 3 years old?
Yep.
Y'all, let me tell you, while this is cooking, when microwaves first came out back in the 70s, it was the late 70s, Roy bought me from Sears this nice big, you know, they used to be big and heavy. I bet that thing lasted 15 years. I mean, it was hot, it cooked good, but I know it lasted me 15 years.
You
And
didn't
now
have-
you buy one and it may last a year, maybe a year and a half.
But you didn't have a YouTube channel either.
I did not.
And you
You're
you use this thing.
Yeah, I do use this one. So, all right, let's see how it's doing. All right, you can see it's getting thicker around. It's just taking it longer. So y'all just gonna have to bear with me this morning. But it's getting thicker. You can see that. Okay.
Well,
So I'm
it's
gonna,
a good lesson on how to do it though.
Oh yeah. I mean, because you never know. I'm gonna put it on 2 more minutes. Well, y'all would do it a minute. I'm having to do it 2 minutes at a time. So we'll be back. Now we'll be back when it gets thick enough. So
Okay, Grandmama, we getting ready.
all right, y'all. I've got 9 seconds. 8. Now I had to cook mine like probably 11 or 12 minutes, but you will not cook it that long. Now this is the consistency that I like mine.
And
Right
this is
here.
why you have to keep checking it, right?
Yes, this is why you have to keep checking.
Okay.
Now, when you stir it, it's going to be a little bit thinner, but that's what you want because you got vanilla wafers in there,
Ah,
and
they're going to soak up.
they're going to soak up. Yeah, but you want to whisk it really good and get it thin.
Boy, you've gotten really smart being married to me, haven't you?
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
All right, this is 1.5. This is a 1.5 teaspoon. So I put 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla in there. Okay.
Love vanilla.
Now I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Look at that. Now, if you just want, if you're trying to keep this low carb, like I showed you earlier, you can just leave it as a pudding. Not put your vanilla wafers in it, but some of you out there may know crackers that are low carb. I don't know. So this is, at this point, you just make it, you know what you can have and what you can't. All right. Now, I haven't cut my bananas yet. I'm going to put this in the freezer, and I'm going to leave it probably 20 minutes. I'm going to let it cool down. Because if I put this really, really hot custard over my bananas, it's going to cook them a little bit, and we don't like that. So, I'm going to put this in the freezer, and when it gets cool enough, then I'll bring you back, and I will cut up my bananas, pour this over it, and I'll finish it off for you.
Are we getting close to having pudding?
We are. Banana pudding. All right, y'all. Now I'm waiting till I get ready to pour my custard over in my vanilla wafers before I cut them up, because I do not want them to turn brown. And I'm going to show you a little trick I do. Now, this was in the freezer for 30 minutes. You do it in the refrigerator for about an hour. I don't like putting hot custard over my bananas. I just take a banana. These aren't quite as ripe as I would like them, but that's all I got today. And I slice it down the middle like this. So I got 2 halves like that. And then with every bite, you get a little piece of banana. Now this banana has got some brown stuff in it, and I don't like it. All right, so I'm gonna take it out. Can you see that?
I'll eat it.
Don't know why it's in there. The seeds is what's brown. It just doesn't look good. There's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't look good in your pudding. Okay, there's some. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it at all. All right. These were small bananas. I don't know if I'm gonna put another one in it or not.
That's a big pudding.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put a half of one.
Okay.
Even though it's banana pudding, my daughter doesn't like bananas in the pudding that much. So, all right, but I'm cutting it so we get a little piece of banana in every bite. Now you can leave yours in just rounds if you want to. All right, when you take your pudding out of your refrigerator or freezer, whichever one, whisk it really well. You want to get it smooth again, okay? All right, now I'm just going to pour my custard over my vanilla wafers and my bananas. And covering the bananas like this, it'll keep them from turning dark. Okay?
That's flowing really smoothly too, isn't it?
Oh yeah. You can layer yours. You can put a layer of vanilla wafers, a layer of bananas, a layer of vanilla wafers, a layer of bananas. But I'm not going to do that. If I was taking it off and I was putting it in a trifle dish so you could see all the layers, I probably would. All right. And I'm just going to take my spatula and kind of go down, because I want that pudding to get in between the vanilla wafers. And if you put it in really hot, it's going to make your vanilla wafers soggy too. So, that's just a couple of little tips that I had for you this morning. All right. I had 2 boxes of these, but I put 1 box and maybe 10 more vanilla wafers, 10 or 15 more in it. And this is kind of a big pudding, so you can half this recipe if you like, or you can double it. So, all right, now, I told y'all I'm not putting a meringue or anything on it. So I'm just going to take vanilla wafers. You want to come over here, honey?
You're just going to dress it up, aren't you?
I'm going to go around the side with my vanilla wafers. And I want them about the same distance apart. It just makes it pretty. And if I'm going to go to the trouble to make food, I certainly want it to be pretty. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to take 2 vanilla wafers. And I'm going to rub them together. And I'm going to put a little crumbs over the top. Now you can crush them with your hand, ever how you want to do them. You can make bigger pieces, but this is just the way you can dress it up without having to use meringue or, okay, I'll take that one out.
I'll eat it.
I didn't mean, yeah, you will. But if you want to, you can just take and crumble them up like this and have little bigger pieces on it.
It all looks good.
Oh yeah, It all, any way you want to do it, it's really pretty.
I guarantee you it's going to disappear either way in this family.
All right. I know how good this is, but I'm going to taste of it for you. And I'm just going to get a little bit out of the corner here because I want it to be pretty tonight.
Well, I can't taste of it because I can't just taste a little bit of
No,
that.
you can't. Jenny and Promise and Corey will be here tonight, so I want it to be pretty when they get here. So, all right, I'm just going to get a little bit right here where I can fix it. Excuse me. Oh my, y'all.
The world's best. I'm telling you.
That, I'm just going to take my finger and kind of, okay. That vanilla, oh my. It is absolutely, it's coming through really strong. Wow. This is a wonderful, wonderful banana pudding right here.
It certainly is.
Now I'm going to give you another alternative, okay? You can take your custard when it cools, and you can, if you want a lighter, we love the vanilla custard like this. But if you want a lighter custard, mix a half a carton, 4 ounces of Cool Whip in with your cool custard, and then put it over your bananas and your graham crackers. I mean your vanilla wafers. You can use 0 sugar Cool Whip. You can make your own out of whipped cream, whipped topping. Out of heavy cream, make your own, fold it in. You can use just regular Cool Whip, ever how you want to do it. So, that's just a little bit of extra things that you can do. Food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. Make you something gluten-free banana pudding.
And we're going to watch your finger to see if you hit subscribe or not.
That's right, we are. And share. We're going to watch it to see if you hit that little share button.
We're taking names.
See y'all next time.